They called it a strategic restructure. I called it what it truly was: humiliation, neatly disguised in corporate vocabulary. When HR slid the new contract across the glass table, my title had been cleanly erased. Director of Compliance replaced with Intern. My name was still printed in bold, as if that small courtesy could dull the sting. I remember Mark leaning back, that smug, half-smile tugging at his lips. "You'll need to return your badge by end of day, Jessica," he said, his voice syrupy with mock sympathy. "Don't take it personally. It's just business. Besides, no one's going to hire you now." I didn't respond. I simply unclipped my badge, set it on the table, and walked out. Silence unsettled him more than tears ever could. 3 years earlier, Mark was the one who brought me in. I was sharp, ambitious, tireless. The type who stayed late, rewrote policy, and built a compliance network that saved the firm millions. He used to call me his right hand. He promised growth, partnership, loyalty. And I believe him, right up until that Friday afternoon boardroom meeting. That's when he unveiled my system as his. My report stripped of my name, my data powering his presentations, my promotion quietly postponed. At first, I convinced myself it had to be a mistake. Then I found the audit trail, my login credentials overwritten in the access logs. Someone had scrubbed me out of my own code. Someone who knew the system inside out. Someone I'd trained. That night, I sat in my apartment staring at my reflection in the black window. I didn't cry. I cataloged every file, every timestamp, every hidden backdoor I'd built into that compliance structure for testing. Still active, still invisible. They'd erased my name from the framework, but not my fingerprints. I didn't explode. I didn't threaten. I smiled through the motion and spent my final weeks cleaning up, exporting logs, tracing metadata, archiving evidence. I knew exactly what lay buried beneath Mark's perfect quarterly reports. Then I disappeared. No LinkedIn updates. No posts. No industry chatter. Silence. The kind that makes men like him sweat. For a year, I freelanced quietly, ghost auditing for firms that preferred discretion. My work spoke louder than my name ever had. One of those clients introduced me to a venture group looking to acquire mid-sized firms with strong compliance systems. Guess which firm was on their list? The acquisition meeting was held downtown, in a room made of glass and money. Mark was there, older, heavier, still polishing that confident grin. He saw me across the table and froze like he'd seen a ghost. The buyer's counsel flipped through her notes. "Before we move forward," she said evenly, "we need to verify one detail. Your compliance infrastructure. Was it developed by Jessica Jones?" Mark laughed, that same dismissive bark I remembered. "She assisted," he said quickly, "but I'm the architect." The counsel's expression didn't change. "Interesting," she replied, "because our due diligence found Miss Jones' credentials embedded in every structural layer of the system. We like her to lead compliance integration post-acquisition." Mark's smile faltered. The counsel continued, "There's one condition for this deal. She comes with it. Otherwise, no agreement." The silence that followed was delicious. He stammered about contracts and hierarchy. She lifted a hand to stop him. "Mr. Sanders, we're not asking." His jaw twitched. I met his gaze, calm, unshaken. "Looks like we'll be working together again," I said quietly. He swallowed hard. "You planned this." "Planned?" I tilted my head. "No, I built it. You just never cared to understand what you were standing on." After the meeting, he cornered me in the hallway. "You think this makes you a hero?" he hissed. "You think they'll protect you?" I smiled faintly. "No, but they'll need me." He opened his mouth again, but I cut him off. "Oh, and Mark," I added, leaning closer, "you might want to review your internal audit logs. Some of your quarterly numbers don't add up." I left the evidence right where you'd least expect it. The color drained from his face. "Enjoy the cleanup," I said, walking away. That night, I passed a building where they'd once reduced me to nothing, an intern with a broken title, and a badge surrendered too easily. The light still glowed on the top floor, his office. Men like him never learn. They think power comes from titles and offices. But real power lives in architecture, in the unseen frameworks that outlast names and faces. He taught me that. I taught him the rest. When I got home, an email was already waiting. Contract approved. Start Monday. Head of Global Compliance Integration. I closed the laptop and let the silence sink in. No celebration. No victory dance. Just peace. The kind that comes when the world finally recognizes what it tried to erase. They demoted me to nothing. I rebuilt myself into the one condition they couldn't refuse.